plans to scrap no-fault evictions will be unveiled by the government today. The Renters Reform Bill will be published later, and 3.5 years after the government was elected, with a manifesto promise to stop the practice. No-fault or Section 21 evictions allow landlords to take back possession from tenants without giving a reason. Housing Secretary Michael Gove said a new ombudsman will be set up to oversee dispute resolutions. As well as ending no-fault evictions, the bill will seek to give people the legal right to request having a pet in their home. Landlords will of course then have to consider these requests and won't be able to unnecessarily refuse. Mr Gove said too many renters are living in damp, unsafe, cold homes, powerless to put things right, and with the threat of sudden eviction hanging over them. This government is determined to tackle these injustices by offering a new deal to those living in the private rented sector, one with quality, affordability and fairness at its heart. The plans will impact 11 million tenants and 2 million landlords, according to the Department for Levelling Up, Housing and Communities. The government says landlords will also be able to evict antisocial tenants with greater ease, with reduced notice periods for irresponsible renters. Other measures in the bill include plans to make it illegal for landlords and agents to impose blanket bans on benefits claimants or families with children. It will also apply to home quality standards to the private sector for the first time. Well, do you know what? I'm really not too sure what to make about this. I mean, don't get me wrong, as a tenant myself, I really do like the thought that my landlord can't just send a letter through the post saying that I've got to leave the house I've been living in for the past 12 years. But surely on the other hand, wouldn't these new rules put a lot of people off from becoming landlords? Especially if they think that having pets in their home or children or whatever may somehow do damage to their houses, especially if they get a nightmare tenant. Although it does say that evicting those tenants might become a bit easier, doesn't it? So hopefully that won't be too much of a concern. Either way though, if you buy a home and then want to sell it, or maybe move into it yourself if you need to cut down your outgoings, will this make it harder to do that? I've got a feeling it probably will do. Although obviously it does take a lot of worry off renters and gives them a lot more protections. But at the end of the day, to be honest, I think certain things will pee both sides off. And not only could make and rent a house harder in future if there's not as many properties about, but because of that, could also push up the rental prices, which as we've seen over the last few years, can go up quite quickly, can't they? I mean, my rent itself went up 85 quid a month, which to be honest, when the letter came through my door, wasn't exactly a very nice surprise. Although with the recent announcement, apparently 100% mortgages will soon be available to people who rent, if they're buying a house for the first time that is, that may also make people think twice about renting in the future. Unless it causes another 2008 style recession, but let's just hope that doesn't happen.